Have you ever wondered how the land of the rising sun came to be? Our journey begins with the Jomon period, stretching from around 14,000 to 300 BC. This was when the first known civilization in Japan started to flourish. The Jomon people, named after the cord markings on their pottery, were hunter-gatherers who developed a rich culture in harmony with nature. Then, as we transition into the Yayoi period from 300 BC to 300 AD, we see a shift. It was during this era that the Japanese islands saw the introduction of agriculture and metalwork. Rice cultivation became a cornerstone of society, while bronze and iron tools revolutionized work and warfare. The Yayoi period also marked the beginning of social stratification, creating the groundwork for the powerful clans that would rise to rule Japan in the centuries to come. This was the dawn of Japan as we know it, setting the stage for the rise of its first great dynasty. So, what happens when a powerful family takes control? Well, we journey back to the Yamato period, spanning from 300 to 710 AD. This era was the cradle of a dynasty that still exists today, the Yamato clan. The Yamato clan was not just any family, they were a force to be reckoned with. As they rose to power, they established a monarchy, weaving their influence into the very fabric of society. The Yamato court, in its grandeur, was the epicenter of power and politics. It was here that the concept of the emperor was born, a title that has endured the test of time and remains in use in Japan to this day. But the Yamato dynasty's influence didn't stop at politics. They played a crucial role in shaping the cultural and spiritual landscape of Japan. During this period, a new faith entered the scene, one that would leave an indelible mark on Japan's identity: Buddhism. The introduction of Buddhism to Japan was a game changer. With its emphasis on compassion and enlightenment, Buddhism offered a different perspective on life and death, which resonated deeply with the people of Japan. The Yamato rulers, recognizing the value of this new faith, embraced Buddhism, fostering its growth and integration into Japanese society. Buddhism's influence was profound. It shaped the arts, philosophy, and even the political landscape. Temples began to rise, becoming centers of education and culture. Buddhist teachings permeated every aspect of life, from the grand ceremonies of the court to the daily routines of the common people. And so it was, the Yamato period, a time of monumental change and progress, a time when a powerful family rose to power and forever changed the course of a nation, a time when a new faith found a home in the hearts of the people, a time that laid the foundations of the Japan we know today. The Yamato dynasty brought stability and a new religion, shaping Japan's cultural and spiritual landscape. This period, my friends, was the dawn of a dynasty, the emergence of a new era, and the beginning of a story that continues to unfold. Imagine living in a time where honor, duty, and martial prowess were virtues held above all else. This was the reality of the samurai era in Japan, a period that spanned almost 1,000 years, from the Heian period in 794 to the Edo period in 1868. During the Heian period, the samurai, a class of professional warriors, emerged as the ruling class. They were the protectors of the aristocracy, upholders of justice, and symbols of honor and bravery. These formidable fighters were not only skilled in martial arts, but also educated in the art of governance, literature, and philosophy. Their code, known as Bushido, emphasized honor, discipline, and self-sacrifice, values that continue to resonate in Japanese society today. As the samurai's influence grew, so did their political power. This led to the establishment of the first shogunate, or military government. Under Minamoto Yoritomo in 1185, a shogun was the de facto ruler of Japan, while the emperor was relegated to a more ceremonial role. This shift marked the beginning of feudal Japan, characterized by a strict social hierarchy with the samurai at the top. Throughout the Kamakura, Muromachi, and Edo periods, the samurai class continued to hold sway. The Edo period in particular was a time of relative peace and stability. This isolationist era allowed Japanese culture to flourish, leading to advancements in arts, literature, and intellectual growth. It was during this time that many globally recognized aspects of Japanese culture, such as tea ceremonies, kabuki theater, and haiku poetry, were developed and refined. However, the samurai era was not without its challenges. There were periods of civil war, power struggles, and social unrest. Yet it was these very challenges that shaped the resilient and enduring spirit of the samurai. The samurai era was a time of fierce warriors and strict social hierarchies, but it was also a time of peace, art, and intellectual growth. What happens when a country decides to open its doors after centuries of isolation? The answer lies in Japan's history, specifically during the Meiji Restoration of 1868. This pivotal moment marked the end of the feudal shogunate and the start of a period of rapid modernization and industrialization. Japan, once a secluded nation, was now embracing progress and change. The Meiji Restoration brought with it a new era of enlightenment. Western technology, education, and political structures were adopted, transforming Japan from a feudal society into a modern industrial state. This wasn't a change that occurred overnight. It was a deliberate, methodical process, with the government playing a central role in guiding the nation towards its new future. But this Western influence didn't stop at technology and politics. It seeped into the social and cultural fabric of Japan during the Taisho and Showa periods, from 1912 to 1989. Western literature, fashion, and art made their way into Japanese society, creating a unique fusion of Eastern and Western cultures. During the Taisho period, democracy and individual rights were promoted, influenced by Western ideologies. Japanese society saw a cultural bloom, with literature, music, and film reflecting a blend of traditional Japanese and Western themes. The Showa period, on the other hand, was a time of extreme change. It saw the rise of militarism leading to World War II, and then a shift towards peace and prosperity in the post-war era. Throughout this period, Western influence continued to shape Japan, from its constitution to its pop culture. This fusion of East and West has resulted in a unique blend that defines Japan today. From its cutting-edge technology to its pop culture phenomena, the influence of the West is evident, yet it's interwoven with deep-rooted Japanese traditions. The blending of East and West has shaped Japan into a unique nation that we see today. The story of Japan is one of resilience, innovation, and a continuous journey towards progress, all while maintaining a strong connection to its cultural roots. How does a nation rise again from the ashes of devastation? This question was faced by Japan at the end of World War II, a time marked by widespread destruction and despair. Yet, the indomitable spirit of the Japanese people shone through the darkness. The American occupation, which lasted from 1945 to 52, brought about significant changes to the country's political and social structures. Democracy was introduced and a new constitution was established, setting the stage for Japan's remarkable post-war recovery. In an impressive display of resilience and innovation, Japan rapidly transformed itself from a war-torn nation into a global economic powerhouse. Key industries such as automotive and electronics flourished, turning Japan into one of the world's leading economies. Today, Japan stands as a testament to the strength of human spirit. Its vibrant cities and advanced technologies juxtaposed beautifully with its rich cultural heritage. From its ancient past to its dynamic present, Japan's history is a fascinating journey of resilience, innovation, and cultural richness.